Many stunt performers that I see are dealing with neck and spinal injuries. It's the most common thing I see. So in this video, we're gonna be going over 3 exercises to really help you guys get out of injury, improve your performance, and avoid whiplash. You good? All right, let's get started. Hey guys, Neil Toussaint with TrickStrong.com, where we help you perform without limitations. I'm joined today by my friend and stuntman, Brewstick. What we're gonna do today is take him through some of these exercises that we're talking about. But first, I wanna get some firsthand experience from a stuntman working on Hollywood films as to like what you feel like you need in your training regarding your neck.
Yeah, I think the neck is really important part to get, for me to get some more information on. Over the course of my career, I've been very fortunate. I haven't had many neck injuries per se, but I have accumulated a lot of tightness and like loss of, I would say, mobility in my neck.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends that I speak to as well, like we just have tight necks because we do a lot of head reactions. We hit the ground and we have to tense, you know, so we don't hit our head.
Yeah.
But that to me culminates in just like I'm saying, like repeating myself, but just a lot of neck tightness overall, like less mobility.
Makes sense. It makes sense when you're getting repeatedly hit. And so that's something that's actually really common, where if you use something a lot, you actually reduce that range of motion over time. And the point of mobility training and strength training in different ranges of motion, people think that just doing the activity is enough to maintain it, but you have to do things outside of that to maintain what you're losing over time. So by using it, you sometimes lose it a little bit. So you gotta expand your range, and we're gonna be teaching you that today. The first exercise I would like to do is a neck car. It stands for controlled articular rotation, and it's a joint circle, joint rotation. So let's just face here so we have one point of reference, and then you're gonna create a lot of core tension.
Okay.
So you're gonna take a nice deep breath in. You're not gonna be holding your breath this whole time, but you're just gonna have a degree of tension where you're not moving anywhere except for your neck.
Okay.
So from there, we're gonna guide you through these motions. So the first thing is you're gonna bring your neck, your chin towards your chest as far as it goes. And throughout this whole thing, you're not gonna get any pinching or pain. Now you're gonna bring your chin along your collarbone towards me. Now you're gonna dump water out of your ear, and you're gonna arch back into the other side. And this is an area where you're gonna get a lot of pinching. You tend to get a lot of pinching, so just stay right outside of that. And then now on this side, you're gonna reverse that motion. You're gonna come out of that side bend. Now you're gonna get your chin to your collarbone, go to this side, that's half of a rep. And then now you're gonna go the other way. So now you're gonna come out, dump water out of that ear, arch back, chin along your collarbone, and back down. Good, and that's 1 rep. So you can do 1 more while I talk through this. So this exercise is gonna be really important for expressing your full mobility in your neck, because a lot of times we're losing that mobility, as I said, by not using it. So we might be just whipping our head and just doing reactions, but we're not getting that full range of motion, and over time you tend to lose that. So this exercise is really good to not only do that, but to help limit compensations, to actually get some neck strengthening, and that's what we want. We want to be able to fight yourself, almost like when you're doing a bicep curl, you can just bend your elbow, or you can fight yourself to come up and fight yourself to come down. That's the kind of tension that we're using in this exercise. So at first, you can do about like 30% of a contraction or resistance, and then you can get up to maybe 70, 80% as you get more advanced with this exercise. And I would do about 5 per day. So you're gonna do 5 neck cars each day. That's gonna be a really good primer, actually, even before you get to set, but as a daily practice as well.
And this feels so good, first of all, but this also seems like something useful to do, like, because on set there's a lot of time where we're just like sitting around. Sometimes like you're just waiting to be used, like it's a game of hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
So like you get in wardrobe, you get set, and you're just kind of like not doing anything. This is something like so useful to do. Before this point, all I knew is just like bend to the side, bend forward, bend here. And I mean, it wasn't like, I never had it explained to me about like having that that particular, like focusing on one joint and to just be constantly on the edge of that, like trying to move from that one joint is a game changer for me at the moment.
Good, awesome. Yeah, so it's like moving through that rotation because the linear patterns aren't going to get everything in your neck. And even doing linear exercises, you know, you could do neck crunches, you could do, if you're only using one line, then you're only going to strengthen or mobilize that one line. So this is about getting 3D range of motion, and that's what stunt performers need. So the next exercises are going to get further into that, and we're going to get more into strength. So for this next exercise, this is gonna be the 3-way chin tuck lift. But first you have to know what a chin tuck is. And oftentimes we think it's just tucking our chin down, but it's actually a retraction. So this is going to look like bringing your chin straight back. And what this is doing is, relax for me for a sec. So we have that natural forward head posture. Everything's in front of us. We're looking with our eyes to do everything. We tend to get this forward head, rounded shoulder posture. Texting, driving, fighting, all these kinds of things. So we are reversing it by doing this chin tuck. And relax. We're gonna do one more. Good. So mastering that is gonna be really important for this next part. So we're gonna take it to the ground now. So Rusik is in a comfortable position on his back. And now what we're gonna do is first do that chin tuck. So it's the same exercise. Now he's bringing his chin straight towards the ground.
Feels like a double chin.
Exactly, it's like a double chin movement. So from here, the first lift, it can be linear. So when you're starting to learn this, you're just going to look between your legs. Yep, and then come back down. So it's not as easy as it looks. Do a couple more. You can actually see there's a little bit of shaking here, and that's normal. That's just, it's hard. It's actually a difficult exercise. The difficult part about this is, show me a bad one where your chin comes out. So we don't want to see that, and as you fatigue, you might notice that your chin wants to jut out. If you can't keep that in, then that would be the end of the set. That would be you reaching failure. So what you want to do is keep that chin in the whole rep.
Oh, that's so much harder.
Yes, it is. All right, so that's the first way that you could start to strengthen your neck. But as we know, these motions are not just linear, they're very dynamic. So you need strength in all ranges of motion. So the next lift, you're gonna aim your chin towards your left knee. So that's gonna be a diagonal lift now. And then now you're gonna aim it towards your right knee. Good, and then aim towards the center. Good, and back down. So that's a 3-way chin tuck lift. And Rusik's had a lot of recs. And so you've used your neck a lot in a very dynamic situation, but this is a hard exercise for you still.
Yes.
So this is gonna be really useful for all levels to help train your neck stability and strength. All right, this last exercise I've been telling Rusik that it looks a little bit weird. I've not shown it to him yet. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a band, and this is gonna scale based on your band tension. So if you're not very strong yet, that's fine, just use a weaker band. From there, you're gonna step on this band, and you're gonna use a towel. I'm not gonna fully demonstrate because your mouth's gonna be on this towel. So you just take a towel, you're gonna bite down on it, and then you're gonna be in this like position so that you're, you know, against gravity. And then you're just gonna be looking up. So you're fighting the band tension. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we're gonna start linear, but once you get more comfortable with that, you can do diagonal lifts as well. So I'll have you do it facing the camera, actually.
Here.
Yep.
Hinge.
Yep. Just like a burger. There you go. Sometimes it's helpful to look up with your eyes as well. Good. And then show me a couple diagonal ones. So that's how we can turn this into a 3-way banded neck lift for the opposite direction, because we don't only want to strengthen one side of the joint, we want to strengthen the other side of the joint. So this is essentially what we were doing on the floor, but just in the other direction. And the band tension is a really good way to progressively load that. So as you get stronger, you can use more and more band tension. How'd that feel?
Not used to biting for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, feels good.
So actually, I'm glad you said that, because we get a lot of neck strength from jaw training as well. So that bite when you go to hit the ground, I bet you're clenching, and that helps you stabilize your neck as well. Okay. So that's an added benefit to this exercise versus just doing lifts on its own. Like, we're never biting down on things like that. So you'll notice that that will actually help really strengthen and stabilize the neck.
Yeah, I love that too. And biting this towel, like a soft towel, is nice too, because like, yeah, it feels good.
Good. And let me just show you guys one more variation that you might do if you don't have a band or you don't want to bite onto something or a towel. You can just lay on your stomach here. Your head's going to be off the bench here. You're going to let your head fall, and then now you're going to look up. So this is the same exercise unloaded. So if you have a really sensitive neck, you're just starting out, you don't have the equipment, you could start here. And then to progress it from here, you could put your hands on top of your head, and just the weight of your hands alone will be some resistance for you.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's a lot of resistance.
Right? And then obviously if you push down on it, he's not even pushing down on it, he just has it resting, and he felt like that was a lot more. So all really good options. And of course you can get into the diagonal planes of motion here as well. How do you feel after all that?
Well, my neck feels tired, but amazing. I feel like I feel very, very warmed up.
Nice.
Yeah, very loose.
Good.
How many times a week should I do this? Or how many times a day, like how often?
For sure, yeah. So for the neck cars, I would say daily. And I would do at least 5 reps a day for the neck cars. If you're gonna be on set or doing any really upper body training or anything like that, I would do it for the warm up for that activity as well as the daily. So I would say like 2 sets of 5 in that day.
Okay.
And if you're on set and you're sitting around, there's no harm in doing more.
Okay.
For the strength building exercises, so for the 3-way lifts and the 3-way extensions, I would say you only need 1 to 2 times a week. 1 to 2 training sessions a week to see. That's what evidence has shown is gonna be really helpful to build your neck strength. They've even found that with 1 day a week. And I would say 2 to 3 sets to fatigue.
Okay.
And fatigue meaning like you could probably do maybe 1 more rep, 2 more reps max.
Fatigue means right now.
Yeah, you wanna get real close to failure.
Okay.
To get the neck stronger.
Thank you so much for running me through these exercises. I love how simple that is. It's like all we did was range of motion and bending my neck forward and bending my neck backwards. I guess you call that flexion extension. It's just so simple. Like, it's not very complicated, and I love that it's easy to remember. For sure, yeah. Like, I love how you put it. It's just range of motion and then strengthen these 2 planes of motion. And that's it. You do it 1 to 2 times a week. That's gonna put you way far ahead from what most performers are doing, which is not much, and just taking reactions, right? And so that's gonna keep your range of motion. That's gonna really help you out a lot. And if you guys want a complete roadmap to help with your neck training, we actually have a Protect Your Neck program on the TrickStrong RX app, and it is designed for performers to help protect their neck, prevent against whiplash, any sort of neck injuries, and to keep your neck nice and healthy, because it is the most important area of our body, because that's where your brain is and that's where all the nerves and everything exit to the rest of your body. So if you want to protect your neck, go check that out right now. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and let us know what your favorite exercise was. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, Rustic. Appreciate you.